Hi everyone, I am Allison Victoria. Many of you may know me from my show, Windy City Rehab, on HGTV, but many of you may not know that I am a Chicago girl, born and raised on the north side. I grew up right here, going to St. Andrews in Chicago, and then moving on to St. Peter and Paul. And I'm just a true North Sider through and through, and I'm so happy to be hosting tonight's celebration, telethon, for the St. Iakovos Retreat Center's 15th anniversary here at the Cubby Bear in Wrigleyville. I am happy to have beside me His Eminence Metropolitan Nathaniel, Hierarch of the Metropolis of Chicago. Welcome, Your Eminence.
Allison, thank you for all you do for us. And you know, I really love the Retreat Center.
I can't wait to get out there.
And I think everyone out there knows that I have to love the Retreat Center because I'm a Yankees fan and I'm in Wrigleyville. So that's how you know we're dedicated to the Retreat Center. You got me, a Yankee fan, to come into Wrigleyville. Anyway, hi everyone. Again, thank you for joining us as we celebrate 15 years of the St. Iakovos Retreat Center in our metropolis. Before we begin, I invite you all to join me in prayer. Let us pray to the Lord. Christ our God, you are the true light which enlightens the world. We thank you for all the blessings you have bestowed upon us, and we ask that you shine your light upon our St. Iakovos Retreat Center. Illumine the hearts and the minds of our trustees, benefactors, our staff, volunteers, and all who visit and make use of our retreat center. For you are the giver of all that is good, O Christ our God, and to you we give glory, together with your unoriginate Father and your all-holy, good, and life-creating Spirit, now and forever, and to the ages of ages. Amen. Allison, again, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. We all know that you have so much going on.
It is my honor.
We're very blessed to have you as our special host tonight. I also thank everyone for joining our telethon via the web and social media. This telethon is not only a fundraiser to help raise money for the future of the Retreat Center, and trust me, we'll talk about how you can participate in that very shortly, but it's also a way to remember and reflect upon how the Retreat Center began 15 years ago. It's also an opportunity to share with you our hopes and our aspirations for the future of our Retreat Center.
The Retreat Center is commemorating 15 years with a brick fundraising program. So I want to encourage everyone to go check it out, www.gocirc.org, to be part of this legacy of the Retreat Center by purchasing a commemorative brick. You can personalize the brick with your family's name. You can remember a loved one, like I'm going to do for my father who recently passed. And you can write the name of your organization or company, or even a saying that holds a really special meaning for you. The personalized pavers will be installed right outside the historic chapel of the Life-Giving Well, right on the premises. So your gift of purchasing a commemorative brick will assist the Retreat Center in achieving its mission of providing a place for retreat, rejuvenation for those who visit, and to inspire personal growth in faith and fellowship within the peace and beauty of nature. So please go to www.gocirc.org. That is www.gosirc.org to purchase a brick. Every dollar counts in helping us achieve our mission.
I couldn't have said it better myself, Allison. I really encourage everyone to participate in this special brick fundraiser. As you consider ways you can make a contribution, I would like to share with you my personal thoughts on the importance of the Retreat Center. Take a look. Hi everyone, this is Metropolitan Nathaniel, the Metropolitan of Chicago. I really appreciate you taking the time to tune in and to listen and to learn about our St. Iakovos Retreat Center. It plays a vital role in advancing the overall mission of the church. It's not and should not be viewed as something that operates in isolation or in a silo. It does not exist on its own. The Retreat Center without the church is really just a beautiful campus. There are challenges and opportunities on the grassroots level all the way to the highest level, and we want to make sure that we take advantage of that, make sure that we position the needs of the Retreat Center, the opportunities for the Retreat Center as needs and opportunities for the metropolis as a whole. As the leader of the Metropolis, I lean heavily on the board of our Retreat Center to help me set the path forward for the future. The current board is looking at grant options and grant opportunities to make the retreat center sustainable, not just relying on parish support, but really having various streams of revenue coming in so that the treasures coming in from different directions can help make sure that the retreat center is here for years to come. I really hope and I encourage everyone to find ways to utilize the retreat center for their personal growth, their parish growth, their community's growth, and grow not only as individuals, but grow in the image of Christ. At this time, I'd like to invite you to reflect with me on the words of the late Metropolitan, our beloved Metropolitan Iakovos, as he shares with us his own vision of the retreat center.
You can see the presence of God in the quietness of a mountain, in the beauty of a lake, through the trees. You leave the city and you go to a place like this and you feel something different. You feel the presence of another world, the presence of God.
Metropolitan Iakovos had a vision. His vision was to bring people together, especially our youth and young adults, to a place where they could experience God, where they could experience the love and friendship of one another. It was decades in the making, and in God's time, it came to fruition. In the beginning, when we first purchased the retreat center and we started having ministry there, we had the log lodge and a converted boathouse into the chapel of Zodocho Pigi, the life-giving spring. It was wonderful, it was beautiful, it was quaint, it was simple, and we could do small little retreats there. But with the addition of the cottages, with the Tamaris Lodge, the facilities have allowed so many more people to participate and get the benefits of coming to the retreat center. The youth ministry of the Metropolis, and specifically at the retreat center, has grown tenfold in allowing more and more of our youth to become part of something that is special, that is unique, and is something that will bring them together, all based and all anchored in the love of Christ. In our lives, we're all going a mile a minute in every which way. But when you get on the property at the St. Iakovos Retreat Center and the beauty that's there, and a lot of times the stillness and the quietness, it's a place to refocus and get back to who we were meant to be as children of God. And now I have the pleasure of introducing past President Bill Vranis, directors Tom Canellis and Ernie Karras, as they take us on a trip down memory lane.
So this is the main lodge, the Tamaris Lodge. It was named after our first grand benefactor, Chris Tamaris, God rest his soul, who donated $1 million to make this dream a reality. We started construction in the summer of 2012, and we completed and had the grand opening and ribbon cutting in March of 2015, which was the first year we were able to have camp up here. When we were initially planning, and we put out a request for proposals from architects to design the facility, we got several architects. We interviewed, I believe, 6 of them, and we came down to a man by the name of George Prosiliakos of Prozi Design, a man of great faith who's designed a lot of church-related facilities, and the Lord's been guiding our steps every single step with regard to this property. Now you're gonna make me cry. I love to come out here and sit in silence and look across Friendship Lake. And I'm confident that the lake lives up to its name and establishes hundreds and maybe thousands of friendships over the years of people here experiencing God's beauty and growing in their faith. There were things on the property that made it usable immediately. There was a pool, there was a lodge that we'll see later on, there was the animals and the farmhouse up front. And it was just ready to go. And we closed on it June 26th, 2006. And we had groups using it within a month.
We're leaving the main lodge. Now we're going up to the two cabins that were built at the same time as the main. And the one cabin was donated by Mr. Pappas. He was one of the major donors here of over $1.2 million for the property. The infirmary was donated by the doctors that worked at Fundraising as the doctors and also helpers, and they raised the money in order to build this.
So here we have our chapel. About a year after we purchased the property, one of the board members said the one thing that's missing is a spiritual focus. So we decided to take what was a beat up old garage here. We put together a team of people, of tradesmen that we knew, and when we finished it, we asked Metropolitan Iakovos if we could have the honor of naming it, and the name is the Life-Giving Fountain of Christ, Zodochos Pigi. And we felt one of the reasons we wanted that name was because it breathed life into the board to just be so much more motivated. The second thing is, probably 80% of the tradesmen that came out here and worked on it were not working at the time. They were out of work. By the time we finished the project, within a month, every one of them had good jobs and have worked ever since. I think you'll agree that it's a beautiful little chapel, and we hope it remains with us forever. No matter, we could build a cathedral here. This is still the heartbeat. The three of us all have children that are products of Fundraising Camp, and we're blessed by their participation, and it helped them grow spiritually. And now we're seeing the fruits of the labor by your grandchildren.
As my youngest grandchild said last week, the best experience of my life was going to Fundraising.
You could see the playground. Then the volleyball court was built. This was all donated by the Hellenic Foundation a few years ago, and then this year was the first year that Fundraising was able to use this basketball court. Now we're going to the first proskunitaria. We have 15 within the forest here, and it's about a little bit over a mile.
So this is a proskunitaria of Christ the Good Shepherd. You see him holding the sheep, and fittingly, this whole proskunitaria and the icon was donated by the clergy of the Metropolis of Chicago.
And this is the farmhouse, which is over 110 years old, I believe, at this time. And in the pole barn, all of our equipment that was out in the elements before are all inside that barn.
The animals, actually, these are new. When we bought the property, it came with 3 horses, 2 goats, several llamas, and over time, we got more. People donated horses. We love to have them here. We don't ride them. They're purely here as pets. The kids love them. When we first came up here, my daughters told me one day, "Daddy, there's no icon for the animals in the barn." So they bought and brought that icon of Adam naming the animals. All part of God's creation, and we're responsible for them. We love them. Do you remember the day that we closed on the property and the bishop read the prayers that are traditional in the Orthodox Church for the blessing of the animals? And it was very moving. And then we proceeded to get on the back of the hay wagon and went around the property, blessed the other animals down in the field, and blessed the property. There's just too many heartstring moments that we remember from this. It's been a blessing.
They're embedded in our memories forever.
One of my first jobs as a board member was clean up the lake, they told me. Well, the lake at the time was a little swampy. It had a lot of moss, a lot of floating bacteria, and we had leeches. So we put in largemouth bass. Largemouth bass happen to like leeches. So I think our fishing will be good this year. Tell you what made my day was a board meeting one day, and Father Pateras got up and said, when I go to Fundraising, what makes my day is when I get up early in the morning and go sit at the end on the benches at the end of the pier and listen to the serenity of the water and the beautiful nature around me. That made my day.
I will forever be thankful for the lessons from Metropolitan Iakovos about seeing God not only in every person, but in every tree, in every bird, in every lake, in all of creation. And it's helped me to know God more. He would spend all his time walking around, getting to know the children, blessing them, hugging them, and giving them his attention. And I know that was very impactful on my children's life too. So that is one of the greatest things I'll always remember about him, a real shepherd who wanted to be with his flock.
I know my children, when they went to college, he actually went to the schools to see how they were doing. And when I heard about the retreat center, to me that was just another thing that the Metropolitan showed how much he loved the children, and I just wanted to be a part of making that his legacy. And indeed, here I am.
On behalf of Bill and Ernie and the entire Retreat Center board, we thank you for joining us on our little walk down memory lane here at the Retreat Center, our home. We hope it will become your home as well. And we are so thankful for you giving us this brief moment to share with you how much this has meant to us and how much it can mean to all of you. God bless.
The Retreat Center has come such a long way in 15 years. I am amazed to see the love from which it has grown and to see the joy it brings to so many in our metropolis. I am so happy to have with me Father Cosmas, the Chicago Metropolis Director of Youth and Young Adult Ministries. Father Cosmas oversees many ministries that take place at CIRC, including Fundraising Camp, YAL Chicago, and other retreats. Thanks for being here.
Thanks so much, Allison.
Yeah.
It's a joy to be here for me as well, and I'm overjoyed that our Metropolis has invested the time and resources to have a spiritual center for our Metropolis and her ministries. And that's just what the St. Iakovos Retreat Center is. And the church was the center of the spiritual, community, and educational home in our parents' patrida, in their home towns and villages. And just like the church was there, the Retreat Center is for our Metropolis. This ministry is vital for the spiritual growth not only of our youth and young adults, but for all of our Metropolis faithful. In a world filled with stress, anxiety, outside pressures, constant change, the St. Iakovos Retreat Center gives us a place to retreat, to tactically find spiritual solace within the chaos of this world. That's why I encourage everyone to support this ministry. Go to www.gocirc.org to purchase a commemorative brick to keep this home for our ministries growing and thriving. And as a special offer to our past campers and counselors who attended Fundraising Camp at the St. Iakovos Retreat Center from our inaugural year there in 2015 and beyond, we are offering a specially priced brick, a 4-inch by 8-inch brick, just like this one here, for our campers and counselors that will be placed on the cottage sidewalks to commemorate the very steps you took while at the Retreat Center. So please go to www.gosirc.org to purchase your brick to mark your time at the Retreat Center for decades to come. And keep it growing and thriving for generations. Every dollar counts.
Every single dollar. So in a little bit, we are going to share with you the vision for the Retreat Center and how your support is going to help it grow for future generations. But first, let's take a look at how meaningful the Retreat Center is and what a difference having a permanent home for all these ministries has made in our metropolis.
The St. Iakovos Retreat Center is critical in the lives of our youth and our young adults, and even our adults, because what it offers is a home base for the spiritual life of our metropolis. A place of solace, a place of retreat, and a place where we can connect with Christ by connecting with one another.
Many people talk about how 60% of the kids who go away to college never come back to their faith. Maybe we never had them. Maybe we never had them because we didn't support programs that kept them playing together, working together, going to camp together, socializing together.
What happens here at camp is, well, literally, we put the phones aside and spend a week with one another. We say it's our week to connect, but not with the net.
I think one of the beautiful things of Funari Camp is that we are able to reach kids that church might not be the center of their family, but they go home to their parents and they're encouraging their parents. I want to go to church on Sunday, or can you enroll me, in this program that their parish has, or I want to go to Goya. For a lot of our youth, sometimes this is the first time where they might even realize oh, I can go to my parish priest. I can seek help from my church as well. And they also have our amazing counselors. We have an amazing staff here that work with our campers. And as we continue to kind of navigate through those things, the church will always be here to support our youth in anything that they need.
As a staff member, our hope for the campers is to be able to step outside of their comfort zone and to just to meet people and to have conversations with them. And they're given an opportunity to explore, different friendships and explore different ideas in the faith. And part of leadership is knowing when to step back, when other people can shine and do their thing, and then stepping forward when you're needed.
Certainly we teach a lot of things here at camp, whether it's Orthodox life, where we talk about our faith, Bible study, Byzantine chant, arts and crafts, diaconia. We do a lot of stuff here and teach a lot of things here at camp that you probably would assume. But most importantly, what we teach isn't really taught, but it's caught. Because what we teach is the love of Christ. Whether the campers are having unadulterated fun on the basketball court or they're spending divine liturgy together, they are feeling the presence of Christ in the relationships that take place here at the St. Iakovos Retreat Center, in and through our ministries. By continuing to develop our facility here at the St. Iakovos Retreat Center, one thing we've really noticed is that parishes sometimes even discover by happenstance that there's a place for them to do ministry, whether that's youth groups like Goya or Junior Goya, or even adult groups like the Ladies Philoptochos or the Archons or other adult retreats. We're realizing slowly by slowly that this facility provides for us a place for our ministries to continue to grow by giving us a home, but most importantly, giving us a place where we can retreat to.
Philoptochos has always worked together with the Retreat Center to be there for our children, for our ladies, and for the entire community. The retreat offers a place of spirituality for friendship, love, and the love of God with nature. It is a unique place for all, and it offers something that you cannot get anywhere else.
We're the Goodwins.
And we got married at St. Iakovos in 2019. Ultimately, choosing St. Iakovos was a really easy choice because it met all the essential considerations. It had an Orthodox chapel. It provided accommodations for all of our different friends and family, and it provided all the different spaces we need for a full weekend worth of activity.
St. Iakovos Retreat Center had a small chapel, but in the end, it made this really huge wedding feel so much more intimate to just have everybody like standing and around us and looking in on us. And it felt like a real Greek wedding in Greece.
I think this is home. This is worth building on. Like, this is where my kids are gonna go to camp. And I'm just really excited to see how cool it looks when they go to camp, because it's gonna be a lot. There's gonna be a lot more stuff for them to do, and I'm not even jealous. I'm just happy it's gonna be like that for them.
When anyone ever says the St. Iakovos Retreat Center, my immediate thought is home. I don't think that's something that other places can create. It's just a feeling that you feel. And I only hope that more people reach out to the retreat center and hold their programs here and their retreats here. Whether it's a day retreat or it's a weekend retreat, come to the retreat center and realize what it's like to come home.
Almost like building a stone building, brick by brick, they have slowly added little pieces to the St. Iakovos Retreat Center. Not only that we can see now today, like the basketball court or the volleyball court or the kids' playground, but also by developing a strategic plan and a strategic vision for what this retreat center will look like, God willing, 10 years from now. You should buy a brick because that brick is a symbol of the big bricks that are being built spiritually within our metropolis because of the St. Iakovos Retreat Center. Every dollar, although a lot of the time might seem to go toward a building or a pathway or a new building or a future vision, these are really donations that go toward connecting our youth, our young adults, and our adults to Christ.
I feel like once you see the beauty of this place, you will want to be woven into literally the foundation of the St. Iakovos Retreat Center.
This past year when sign up for Fundraising became active, I think it sold out like in 5 minutes. So that's clearly indicative of the need for what the Retreat Center offers, the means by which they address the needs of the community, and the quality of the programs that they provide. The St. Iakovos Retreat Center provides a means by which your children, your grandchildren can remain in the faith, can develop those long-term relationships, and to just have fun. You know, to spend time and just chill and just be able to relax away from their parents, away from their grandparents, and just have fun. I don't know any better cause than our children and our grandchildren. So if a donor has that concern, this is the place to do it.
I am joined here by founding board member and the current St. Iakovos Retreat Center President, John Valordes. Thank you for being here, and thank you for having me also. But John, I would have loved to experience all that when I was a kid. I unfortunately did not. I don't feel like I even knew about it, that's not good. So we need everybody to know about it, and what an incredible experience the Retreat Center offers for so many people. And I can see how relationships develop here and how people grow in their faith while participating in all the various events and activities at the Retreat Center.
Yes, for sure, Allison. I couldn't have put it better myself.
The stories from campers and counselors alike who attended the retreat center fill my heart with joy. And it's such a pleasure to have you celebrating our 15th anniversary with us.
Oh, this is awesome.
Thanks so much for joining us, Allison. As we have seen, the retreat center has come such a long way in 15 years, and we have navigated successfully through this pandemic. It is a testament to the vision of Metropolitan Iakovos of blessed memory, to the support from all the Metropolis of Chicago parishes over the years, to the guidance and leadership of Metropolitan Nathaniel, as well as the generosity of our major benefactors, including many individuals and our valued partners, the Hellenic Foundation, the Renaissance Fund, and the Metropolis of Chicago Philopticos, who have given so much graciously over these years. Personally, I've observed so many beautiful moments at the retreat center, but the most moving have been witnessing the clergy and counselors connect with our teenagers. As for me, some of the most memorable moments have been with my own kids. Simply being alone with my son fishing on our beautiful 8-acre lake at sunset, or going on a timeless walk with one of my daughters in the winter through the winding trails of our 33-acre pine forest. So I ask you to please consider supporting the retreat center by purchasing a commemorative brick. Go to www.gosirc.org to purchase your brick paver. With your support, we will be cementing your relationship with this most special ministry, and you will become a permanent part of the retreat center family while helping us continue its vital mission and implementing its exciting vision for generations to come. I am most enthusiastic to share this next segment with everyone. The St. Iakovos Retreat Center Board was charged with developing a long-term plan for the retreat center, which showcases the infinite possibilities for our facilities.
Which is so exciting. It's going to be so exciting to watch and kind of be part of, and I can't wait to get out there and help any way that I can. So you have to let me know. And I really cannot wait to see what the future could hold for the retreat center. So let's take a look.
My name's Santiagos, and this is the St. Iakovos Retreat Center. I'm so glad you're with me today. As you know, the Retreat Center has existed for 15 years. We're celebrating our 15th anniversary together. I, however, have had the privilege of living here on site and serving this organization for the last 7. So I'm so excited you're with me today because we're going to take a tour of what's to come for the Retreat Center and take a look into our future and see the excitement and the big plans that we have in store for you. So come with me, let's get started. Here we are in our first stop of the tour of the future, and we're at the outdoor recreational and activity area. As you can see, these fields are currently undeveloped, which means when it's raining or when it's inclement weather out, a lot of this area is really hard to play on. Also, even though you can kick a ball around, the ball tends to bounce rather than roll across the field. So what we would like to do is we would like to develop this area fully to include not only the volleyball and the basketball, which you already saw, as well as soccer, softball, bocce ball, and walking paths all the way around this entire area so that anybody, regardless of age or ability, can enjoy being outside and with other people. Here we are at the Pavilion. The Retreat Center currently offers a number of beautiful indoor spaces where we can host meetings and different types of events, but we're limited in terms of what we can do outdoors due to weather and cover and many different factors that go into it. So our big future plans include this beautiful pavilion, which will provide the opportunity for campers during the middle of the day to not only relax and hang out with each other as activities are taking place around them, but also a beautiful outdoor space and venue for not only meetings, but different types of events such as weddings or even family reunions. So now we're going to head to the Amphitheater, which is my favorite place, and I'm very excited to show you. Here we are at the Amphitheater with some guy who clearly thinks he's the mayor of Kansasville. The Amphitheater is a wonderful addition to the future of the Retreat Center. It's going to be the space where different types of activities such as sing-alongs, campfires, skit nights, and different evening programs will take place. As you can see, it's here in a corner of our property, and it's naturally built into the landscape of the area around us. This is perhaps the area and the addition to our future that I am most excited about. And one of the reasons is because it capitalizes on a piece of the property that I fell in love with years ago. So when I first came here, I noticed that this field at night fills with thousands of fireflies. And to know that in the future, not only will people enjoy the same view of fireflies that I did, they'll be able to watch a sunset and enjoy an activity with those around them as they do so. At the Retreat Center, the most important space to us is our chapel. It is the center, the heartbeat, and the soul of our organization. Though it is small in size, and as such, it does create some challenges, especially when running different types of programs. It makes it hard to have large gatherings and services there. As such, especially in the summer, what we have to do is we have to use tents for daily services as well as different sessions such as Orthodox life and Bible study that would typically take place within the chapel. And so the future plans at this retreat center include this beautiful church. My favorite feature about this space is the indoor-outdoor capabilities, where not only in the winter and during inclement weather will we be able to hold services, but in beautiful weather and during the summer months, we'll be able to allow nature to join us in our worship and engage our entire bodies and be surrounded by God's creation. As you follow the path leading from the church, you come across the donor circle, which is where all the individuals, organizations, parishes, and parishioners who have helped lay the foundation for this retreat center are honored. Here we are at the waterfront next to the marina down on Friendship Lake. And as you can see, this is a beautiful site for evening and event parties, cocktail parties, anything that you can imagine. It's so nice to be able to come out to the retreat center, sit immersed in the beauty of God's creation, and enjoy fellowship with one another. I'll tell you this, I thought we were done with virtual events after 2020, but this is the weirdest one I've been to yet. Now, let's head over and see some of the additional new housing and what I like to call Cottage Village. Here we are at the new lodgings that the Retreat Center will offer, and this will become known as Cottage Village. This area will be incredibly important to our camp and youth programming. The Retreat Center is the home to the Fundraising camping program, and one of the successes of that program, and any youth program in particular, is the fact that participants share in physical proximity with each other. And through this close space that they share, they grow closer to Christ through their neighbor. And so communal lodging is incredibly important to that type of relationship. And the future plans here at the Retreat Center include finishing enough lodging so that all of our campers and all of our youth participants can share in that joy with each other. And so here at the Retreat Center, we will be building 2 cottages, as you can see in front of me, as well as a cottage to the left of me. Oh look, you found me here next to the pool. Well, the future pool at the Santiagos Retreat Center. This pool is 3 times larger than our current pool on site. And as you can see, it's an awesome space to get together, hang out, relax, and just have a great time. Like that guy over there. I also want to show you while we're here something that I'm most excited about in terms of our future plans for winter sports. The indoor gym at the Santiagos Retreat Center. This gym will feature the opportunity to have sport and fun all year round, regardless of what's going on outside. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you're as excited about our future plans as we are around here. Please support our organization, consider making a donation, and remember us in your prayers. Lastly, before you go, take a listen to what some of our counselors and campers have to say about the future of this ministry.
The thing that I'm most excited about are the new cottages. It would be really nice to just be in one room together, and I feel like a lot more bonding would happen.
I don't know what the goals would be for us, but say 250, 300 campers in that theater, all laughing at skits, all going crazy when we sing song nights. Just something that I haven't seen anywhere else. It's like, I don't know how to explain it, but you kind of like have to be experiencing it to understand how like moving it is as like to be in the moment there.
Just having those places to gather and to make memories, I think is really, really awesome.
And to come back years later as a counselor and to see how much the camp has changed for the better, it's just an awesome thing for me to see these campers experience now.
I am blown away by what I just saw, and I couldn't have imagined all those possibilities for the retreat center.
This is the long-term vision for the retreat center, and with your help, with the purchase of commemorative bricks, this can become our reality for generations to come.
I'm so excited for what the future could hold for the St. Iakovos Retreat Center. Not only will our future vision help us to realize best practices for our ministries, it will become a conduit for making our ministries most effective. Space matters. Just as you set the table just right for a holiday meal, the spaces in which we do our ministries need to be set just right. Don't forget, we are offering a special brick purchase to all current and past Funari campers and counselors. If you attended Funari Camp or were a counselor at Funari Camp at the St. Iakovos Retreat Center from our inaugural year in 2015 or beyond, go online to www.gosirc.org now to purchase your specially priced brick. This will be placed on the cottage sidewalks commemorating your time there.
Father Cosma, John, and of course Allison, and of course all of our board members of our St. Iakovos Retreat Center, a big thank you for showing the entire Metropolis what a gift the Retreat Center is and why everyone should continue to support it. Now, before we go, let's conclude our celebration the way we began it, with prayer. O Christ our God, you shone forth the disciples as supremely wise by sending down upon them the Holy Spirit. We ask you to also send forth your Holy Spirit on our retreat center, on our trustees, benefactors, supporters, on our volunteers and staff, and especially upon those who visit and make use of the retreat center. May they share in the grace of your all Holy Spirit, so that they, like your disciples, may become fishers of people, helping to cast the entire world into your loving embrace. For you are he who shone forth the fishermen as supremely wise, O Christ our God, and to you we ascribe glory, together with your Father, who is from everlasting, and your all holy, good, and life-creating Spirit, now and forever, and to the ages of ages. Amen.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us here tonight at the Cubby Bear. Thank you for all of you watching online to celebrate the 15th anniversary of the St. Iakovos Retreat Center. And if you have not bought your place in the history at the Retreat Center, or if you want to go watch the telethon again, you can go to www.gosirc.org. Brick sales are going to be available and ongoing online, and the telethon will be posted there. It was my absolute pleasure to be here. I hope to become even more involved with you guys in the future. I want to get out to the retreat center. I wish I had gone to Funari when I was younger, but now I can do it as an adult. And any way that I can help going forward, please let me know. And it was just a real honor to be here. So
thank you. Thanks very much.
Thank you to everyone, and good night.